So I'm going to teach you how to test every component here using, of course, the multimeter. So please stay tuned because this video will help you a lot during your hardware repair. So without wasting time, let's get started. But please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. And for anyone who wants to accelerate learning, you can join me in my Patreon page where I share and upload many exclusive videos, schematics, tips and tricks about motherboard repair. All links in the description. So first of all, I'm going to select the continuity option, and of course here we have the diode option because this is the option that we're gonna use to test the majority of component in the motherboard. So as you can see here, this motherboard is for HP, and over here we have the input or the DC input, and here of course we have the diode. So let's begin with this diode. So here we have this white mark over here, means over here we have cathode and here we have anode. So we're gonna put one probe here in the cathode, good, and the other probe in the anode. We get a reading in the multimeter. This is a good diode. Of course, if we swap the probes, normally we should not get anything in the multimeter. This is good. So this is a good diode. This diode basically is used for protection. Then over here we have a MOSFET. This is a 3-terminal MOSFET. Do you see? 3-terminal MOSFET. And over here we have 8 MOSFETs. Here we have gate, as you can see over here. We have drain and source. So always for the MOSFET between drain and source, you should get a reading, as you can see in the multimeter. If we swap the probes, as you can see, we didn't get any reading. Means this is a good MOSFET. So please guys, I'm going to teach you right now how to test component very fastly. Okay, so this course or this video will be very important, especially for beginners. Please do not skip any moment in this video and stay tuned until the end because I'm going to check all these components in this motherboard, okay, in the entire motherboard. So let's check this capacitor. Basically here, if you focus here, we have 220 microfarad, 6.3 volt. This is the characteristics of this capacitor. Okay, so note that this is a polarized capacitor. Do you see? We have here plus over here, and this color means minus. Here also for this one, we have minus, and over here we have plus, minus, plus. So to check this capacitor, you can just put the black probe here in the negative terminal and the red probe in the positive terminal. Do you see? We get a reading in the multimeter. We didn't get a continuity like this. If you get a continuity, means there is a problem in the capacitor. This one also, for example, let's check it. We get a reading. This one also, as you can see, we get nothing. If we swap the probes, let's check. Do you see? The capacitor charge and discharge. Okay, the capacitor charge and discharge. Do you see? Means this is good capacitor. Do you see, guys? So this is how we can test this kind of capacitors. We called it electrolytic capacitor or polarized capacitors because we have here plus and here we have minus. For this component, this is basically, we called it inductor. The inductor basically is just a wire. Okay, the inductor is just a wire. If you try to look here, do you see the wire here inside the inductor? Means we should get a continuity while testing the inductor. Do you see 0 in the multimeter? Means this is a good inductor. If you didn't get a continuity or a buzzer like this, means there is a problem in this inductor, and you should of course replace it using the same reference 2R5. Let's check these transistors. Over here we have some transistors, so we should pass always to diode option here to test transistors. So of course for transistor we have, as you can see here, the dot means this is what? This is here the emitter, collector and base. So for transistor, between emitter and collector we should get a reading, as you can see. If we swap the probes, normally we should not get anything, as you can see, nothing. Okay, the same for this one. So we have this dot means this is emitter. So between emitter and collector, nothing, good. But if I swap the probes, I should get a reading between collector and emitter. Let's check. I get a reading about 600. Okay, so this is a good transistor. So what about the ceramic capacitor? So ceramic capacitor, of course, the same, we should get a high reading. For ceramic capacitor, we should get a high reading, as you can see in the multimeter. If you get a short or a low reading like this, means the capacitor is shorted or the IC near to the capacitor is shorted. Let's check those also. Good, good. But please pay attention for this component over here. This is not capacitor. Do you see? Do you see the color about a little bit brown or black color? This is inductor. If we check it, if we test it, we will hear a buzz. You see, 0 in the multimeter. This one also 0 in the multimeter. So this is inductor and this is ceramic capacitors. So let's check other components. Here basically we have inductor, here we have MOSFET. So those also are MOSFETs. We have here 8 P MOSFETs. Also this one, we called it flat ECMD MOSFET. The same working principle. Do you see we have a dot here, means the 3 pins over here for source. We have the gate and we have the drain. So if we check between source and drain, of course we should get a reading. As you can see, we get a reading. Do you see? About 500. But if I swap the probes, normally I should not get anything in the multimeter. As you can see, means this is a good MOSFET. The same for this one. So over here we have diodes. Do you see? This is normal diodes. We have D over here, D25, D27. Do you see this white mark? This white mark means this is cathode here, and here we have anode. We get a reading about 200. If I swap the probes, of course, I should not get anything here. This is a good diode. For this one also, you should always locate the cathode. We have the cathode over here because we have this white mark. So here we have cathode, as you can see. We get a reading. If I swap the probes, of course, I should not give nothing in the multimeter. This is good diode. Okay. The same, we have another here. We can even check it. We get a reading. Good. So here, basically for the BIOS, we cannot test it using the multimeter. To test the BIOS, we should power basically the motherboard and check the pin number 8 of the BIOS. Do you see here? We have this dot, means this is the pin number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So always for BIOS, in pin number 8, you should find 3.3 volt. If you find 3.3 volt, the motherboard should turn on without any problem. This is how we can test the BIOS. If the 3.3 volt is present here and all power rail in the motherboard are good, and you get, for example, the black screen, means you should reprogram the BIOS. So let's check other components. So we check already MOSFETs, inductors, ceramic capacitor. We have here electronic capacitor, 390 microfarad, 2.5 volt. So this, as you can see here, this circuit, basically we have inductor, capacitor, MOSFET. This is the circuit for the RAM. We can even check if we put, for example, one probe here in this inductor and check the RAM here. Okay, we're gonna find a continuity. We should find a pin that is connected directly, as you can see. Do you see, guys? Do you see? So this pin over here, the pin 71 here, do you see pin 71 is connected directly to this inductor. So the RAM slot receives the voltage in this pin, P71, and the voltage of course is 1.5 volt, as you can see. Okay, 1.5 volt. This is how you can locate the circuit. Of course, for example, here for the battery circuit, here we have the positive terminals and here we have ground. So here we have ground, as you can see, you see, and here positive. So between the positive terminal and those two inductors, I should get a reading. I should get a continuity. Do you see? We get a continuity. Okay, so this is how you can know the inductor that feeds the circuit. So these two inductor feed this connector, this inductor feed the RAM slots, and also these two inductor feeds the CPU circuit. You can even check if I put one probe here and one probe here. Do you see? We have a continuity. The two inductor feed the CPU. Do you see? Here. This is how you can know about circuits. And for this inductor, this is basically for VCCP, about 0.5 volt. This inductor, the VCCP, is sent to the CPU, do you see? And also sent to the graphic card, do you see? Here. And also to this, to the source bridge. Do you see, guys? So the VCCP here feed the CPU, the graphic card, and the source bridge. This is basically just a tip about how you can identify the circuits of a motherboard. So let's check if we have another component that we didn't test. So here basically this is a ceramic capacitor. I told you that for ceramic capacitor you should get a high reading in the multimeter. Okay, if you get a short circuit like this or a continuity means the capacitor is bad. Here, as you can see, we have a 10 ohm capacitor. If we check, we should see some charge and discharge of this 10 ohm capacitor, as you can see. Means this is good. So let's see the other side of the motherboard if we have some component that we can test. So let's see, for example, resistors. Do you see we have here a resistor? We have here, as you can see, we have 2, 2, and 0. Okay, always the third number is the number of 0. So means this inductor, the value of this inductor is 22 ohm. So let's check. So 22 ohm. So let's put the multimeter to 200 ohm. Always select the high value. So let's check if we can find 22 ohm or not. We should find 22 ohm in the multimeter. Do you see? We have 22 ohm. Because the 0, the third number always is the number of zeros. We have 22 ohm in the multimeter. Means this is a good resistor. So I hope you understand. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon for future videos like this one, and don't forget to share, like, because your likes motivate me to create more videos for you in a daily basis. And if you want to join your friends in my Patreon to accelerate learning, you are very welcome. I have over 1,000 friends in my Patreon page. You can join them and be impressed by the exclusive information and learning in a high level. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.